I was first introduced to the term cancer when my first husband went into the hospital on a Friday, and on Sunday I had to take him off life support. He had acute leukemia. I had a 5-year-old son, Andre, and then a 4-month-old daughter. Then about 10 years later, I found a lump, and I was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer.
Two years after I learned that my grandfather had breast cancer, which complete shock to me, the woman who had become then my best friend and potentially going to be my wife alerted me that she was headed down a similar path.
Glenn and I had been friends, and we had just started rekindling our relationship, and when I found out the news, I was afraid to tell him because he too had lost his first spouse. And I thought, how can I share this with him knowing what all he's been through?
When she first gave me the call, I knew something was amidst, and it took her a minute to explain to me, and then I heard the tears.
One of the reasons I was afraid to tell Glenn is knowing all that he had been through. And I just thought, is he really going to want to hang around a person who we really don't know what the end result is going to be? Once I told him, I told him, I understand if you don't want to be here, but that's not the response I got.
I froze, but I quickly prayed to myself. And in listening to her and listening to her fear at the time and the tears, I thought my position would be, I'm not going anywhere. I've battled through this first phase, and there's got to be a reason for it.
I was afraid, yet just knowing his character, I knew I had to just be honest with him, and whatever decision he would make, that we would be friends forever, because he just had that type of personality. But I was a little afraid.
Here it is a woman who appears to be the right one for me, although again, we were just initially friends. And as we're looking for the potential for a future, then this hits. So I'd been through the process of being angry the first time when I lost my first spouse, and trying to figure out and wondering, going through that channel of, is this just something that I'm cursed?
He hung in there with me and all the way to the end, and when I was finished with treatment, I got a ring.
One of my first community activities when I moved to the Fort Worth area back in the early 80s with two organizations we supported. One was Susan G. Komen. So I later learned in life, much later, strangely enough, I kept hearing the stories of, what's the impact to men? To this day, part of why I still listen and get involved, to a large degree is because of Marie now. I can see where I can be a support to some men or friends that have spouses or others that are going to go through this, that I can reach out just as Marie does on a regular basis.
What I could say I learned about myself through this whole process is that you can beat anything if you put your mind to it, that I have the strength and I have love and support around me. Without love, I don't know if I would have made it. Just having so much support. My friends were there, my family was there, parents. Knowing Glenn was there to make me smile. Glenn's children were there for me. They were calling me, giving me encouraging words.
Come on, boy.
My own children
What is it?
being there.
Come
I think I realized how much I was loved
Tiger.
and how much love I have to give other people.